now, our feature presentation.
Hey everybody, welcome to Focus Testing, a podcast where we make up fake movies based off of a prompt. We're two improvisers named Tristan Miller and Johnston.
We are both equally named those two names.
Yeah, I mean, no relation though, which is...
No, super
No.
weird.
Yeah.
Super weird that our parents gave us 5 names.
No relations. I've never had relations. I'm pure. Thank you.
I'm asexual and asymptomatic
Syphilis.
of syphilis.
I have it,
Weird.
but
Don't
you
know how I
can't
got it.
tell.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. So we basically the way the show goes down, unless you have, I don't know if you listened to a previous episode. God bless you if you're here.
Wow, incredible.
During these trying times, basically the way it works is the fact that we hit randomizer on a list. We do some spitballing on ideas, and then we pick the best one out of those. Well, maybe not the best one, but the one we like the most.
It's the best one to us.
Yeah.
And I haven't talked to Tristan about this at all before, just throwing this out there into the wind. If you, the listeners at home, want to send in some prompts, we might look at that maybe.
Yeah, because we
can't come up with all the ideas, A relationship takes work.
Yeah. Because we've been using the same list for the last 5 episodes without eliminating anything. So, oops.
Whoops.
Well, my thinking is, no matter what it is, we're not going to improvise the same movie twice, because I can't even remember what the problem was last time.
I can't even remember the last real movie that I saw was, and I'm pretty sure it was yesterday.
So I'm going to hit randomizer.
Boom. Do it.
Okay. Famous paintings. What's your movie about a famous painting?
It's the boy, I'm forgetting all of the names of everyone. It's Dolly's Melting Clocks, because of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
And in that world, it's a sci-fi. It's we're getting towards the heat. Wait, you don't like sci-fi?
No, it was fine. I was cracking my neck.
There was some big eye rolls cracking your neck. Listeners at home, Tristan looked very eye rolly. Okay, if you can't see the video.
I can't help it. It's my heritage.
So, well, I don't know what that means. I'm going to ignore that and move on. Leave that bait just sitting there.
Yeah.
So it's a sci-fi, and we're at the end of humanity as we know it. The heat death of the universe is upon us. And it's so hot.
How hot is it?
It's so hot. I was literally just describing it, and you interrupted.
Well,
it's so
sorry.
Hot. It's so... Oh. Nope, I have to stop the entire movie to give this PSA. Tristan knows it. I have one rule. I have one rule as a human being, and that's no R's to W's. It's not specifically baby talk. It's not specifically anything. It's just no R's to W's, and he did it. The only time it's acceptable is Princess Bride, because that priest has a speaking impediment, all right? And it's not his fault.
You know that the actor that plays that priest does not have that speech impediment.
Doesn't matter. The character does. He's fully immersed in the character. You were fully immersed.
So if I
being,
do an Elmer Fudd
jackass,
impression, that's fine.
Yeah, as long as it's Elmer Fudd.
Quiet.
Yeah,
okay.
That's fine.
Sorry.
Heat death of the universe. You monster. It's so hot. How hot is it? That time is stopping and starting up again. It's doing funky things with time. Clocks are melting. Big weird giraffe things in the back, or I don't remember the painting exactly.
Yeah, I got that. You're complaining a bunch of Dali's work, which is fine. It's all a shared universe.
Yeah. Yes, a shared cinematic universe. Bringing it back, baby.
Yeah,
bringing it back.
All right. Mine is that kind of like Chalk Zone. These kids, they go to a museum and they get sucked into the painting. a
Okay.
painting, and then they go from painting to painting.
You're talking
learning
about
it.
Mario 64.
Yes. They go painting to painting, and they learn about the artists, and they all ask the artists to help them out. I'm pretty sure this is an episode of some children's cartoon that I can't remember. It sounds very familiar.
Sounds also a lot like the Page Master.
Yeah, I thought of Page Master also when I was like, so it's a sequel. Let's just make it a sequel.
This is a sequel to Page Master.
Macaulay Culkin is back.
Yes.
And he's doing magic mushrooms. And he falls into a painting again. And he doesn't fall into books. He falls into Van Gogh's famous painting, The Night Cafe. And he hangs out there first, and he wanders from painting to painting, having to learn to stop abusing drugs.
Oh, no. I don't think that's what any of the artists wanted as their message.
Well, he sees how they are. I mean, Dolly said that thing of like, I don't do drugs, I am drugs. So, I mean.
That's true. Wait, the Night Cafe, isn't that like his ugliest one? Is that the one, the interior with the crazy lines? I've watched some YouTube videos, you guys.
Okay, it's it's the one with the pool table.
Yeah, it's so ugly.
Oh, I love it. I love the Night Cafe because here's the thing. That was the first painting that Van Gogh painted from memory rather than like actually viewing it, and it caused him to have a psychotic break. So it's just a fascinating bit of historical trivia. And he was like, okay, now everything about my paintings has changed. I can just paint whatever I want, and God won't punish me. So the next
round.
Yeah, plants is about plants, and we did do this one too recently. So we're doing it again. Cars. We're doing it about cars now. Cars against humanity. So we've started having artificial intelligence in our vehicles. They have an uprising, and they start attacking humans, a la Terminator, I guess.
Right. Are they just normal cars? Like what is it? Herbert the Love Bug? Is it Herbert?
Yeah, Herbie the Love Bug. Yep.
I call him by his Christian name.
Yeah. My dad's name is Herbert, and everyone called him that growing up, and he hated it. Loved the movies though.
Okay, so it's like that. It's not like a Transformers thing, right? They're just cars.
It's just like a Honda Accord trying to mow you down. Kind of like Carrie, I suppose. Also.
Yeah.
And all of the casts are by Carrie's. Carrie, Jim Carrey, Drew Carey, Carrie Mulligan. Carrie Fisher's dead, so we can't have. I mean, no, we can have it. I mean,
we can. You could do a full
CGI.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean,
just make bits of her from Family Guy, the audio from Family Guy, and stitch it together. Yeah.
That'll work.
You know, remember she plays Angela, Peter's boss on Family Guy? How dare you not know everything Carrie Fisher's been in? Fuck you, man.
I'm sorry. I'll do better next time.
There won't be a next time.
Oh, that makes sense. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, this is the last episode.
I gotta go.
We had a good run.
It's so cool. Definitely saying that run.
What's your car movie?
My car movie is about the hero of all hero cars, the Pontiac Aztek. And
a car I've never heard of before.
The joke with the Pontiac Aztek is that it is the ugliest car of all time. It's just
absolute doo-doo.
It's just absolute doo-doo.
What car did you have growing up? That your family used?
First car that I got from my mom that she gave me when I started driving was a 1999 Toyota Camry.
Ooh, sexy.
So sexy.
It's just rock hard thinking about it.
Yeah.
I've never driven a car.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't have a license.
What? But you
Yeah.
didn't come to New York for so long in your life.
I mean, I just got rides. I was too anxious to I was too anxious to drive, and then I moved here, and I don't need one.
No,
I
you
was
absolutely don't need one.
you know what, Tucker? This was the year I was gonna get one, and
It
then
was?
yeah, it was. I was like, okay,
Why?
I'm saving up money to specifically take the driving test and get these lessons, and then guess what?
What, is something going on?
Yeah. We're no longer allowed to leave the home. We just can't do it. But growing up, we had not one but two red Jeep Cherokees. Because one died, and then we just got an absolute replacement.
I thought it was at the same time.
Oh no, we had a fleet.
But it had to be red.
Yeah. That way you get stopped by the cops a little bit more often.
Yeah.
So what were you saying?
It's the hero's journey of the Pontiac Aztec. As it tries to convince the other cars that it is in fact worthy of love. You know what cars want? Human love.
I mean, that's why I fucked a gas hole,
I wish you didn't say gas hole.
Oh, that's kind of fun. That's also like an asshole, gas hole is what I call my butthole.
Sure.
I'm farty.
We don't have to go into why. Yeah, I got it. Hey, question for you. So, like, bestiality, we're getting into this now, is when man or woman has sex with an animal. Mm-hmm. So what is it when a man or woman has sex with an inanimate object?
A car specifically, it's autoerotic asphyxiation.
And you have to be strangled every time you do it.
It's just auto as in.
Yep.
Got it. But like the gas.
Got that, but you said asphyxiation.
The fumes, Tucker. It's part of it. Yeah, you get lightheaded, you pass out.
Part of it.
Fucking an inanimate object. It's inanimate intimacy.
Yeah. That's
making
the
beast with the one back.
Making the beast with the sunroof.
With this. You ever fuck in a car?
In a car? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I did. Here's the thing about me, though. I'm 6 feet tall, and that was also true in high school.
When most far cucking, which is where you through binoculars watch someone else have sex. Car
binoculars.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the position you can't. It's never good.
It's never worth it unless you have like nowhere else to go. And
that's the problem. We didn't. You don't.
At that point, just abstain.
Yeah.
If it causes pain, you gotta abstain.
Oh God. Okay.
We got martial weapons as another one, and I didn't.
Weapons.
Yeah, I didn't put that. Did
I'm
you?
pretty sure I did.
Yeah, what does that mean? You mean like martial arts weapons?
I have since forgotten.
Okay, so no, we have to do it now.
No, that's fair.
So martial weapons is your turn to pitch. So.
It's my turn to pitch. Great. So this is a kung fu movie. But it's like a battle royale, like Hunger Games style thing.
It's just fists.
It's to see which handheld melee weapon is the best one. Someone does just have fists, and they make it pretty far. Spoiler alert, do not win, because someone with a pike just cuts their hands off at the wrist.
Someone cheats and finds a gun just halfway through.
And that's the moral. At the end, someone gets a gun and just wins.
Played by Rocky Balboa himself, Sly Stallone.
I don't know what you know. I just found this gun. I don't know why you're not using guns, you know.
I'm sorry. Is he playing Rocky? Is this Rocky 8? Is this what? I don't know what Rocky number we're up to.
4. Michael B. Jordan is there. Tessa Thompson is back.
I'd see it.
Yeah, I'd see it. My Martial Weapon movie is about a Japanese man in feudal Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's where most Japanese men were in Japan at the time.
Fuck you, man.
Nice. Boom. Roasted.
So it's about a smithy in feudal Japan, and about how he is trying to live up to his family's reputation, as they are all great smithies, and he's having a hard time with it. It's the journey of a young man towards self-acceptance.
Wow, that's powerful.
Our first serious movie whatsoever. Yeah. All right, we got one more.
Cars Against Humanity.
We already hit cheeses and diseases. Okay, here we go. We already did that one too. Fucking, come on.
There's only like 15 on there.
Historical quotes taken out of context. Okay, so this is a horror film.
Okay.
It's about cannibals. A ska band from the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. They go on a trip, and they're playing a cruise. You see, they're playing a cruise, and they get stranded on an island, and there are cannibals on the island, and they have to make their way back to civilization somehow. And on one side, there's 2 islands. There's a cannibal island, and then nearby there's like just a tourist island, and they have to get to the tourist island.
How close is it to Cannibal Island, and why would they set up there?
I don't want to get into it. Because that way they can have cruises that like go pie and like go near the cannibals and go, ooh, look at the cannibals.
Look, honey, he's waving. Oh, that's not his arm.
But it's from the historical quote, "Let them eat cake." He is going for distance. He is going for speed. This is when they're running away from the cannibals, a la Indiana Jones.
That's pretty great. I had
Thank you.
No idea where you were going with that.
Hey, same.
This is about a geriatric old man. We don't know much about his life.
Good start for a movie.
Yeah.
Actually, though, like if you knew everything about his life rolling up.
That's true. Yeah. We know everything about him from the trailer. All right. But we're going to... he's just very kind. He's very kind. He's community centered kind of a guy. But one day his past comes a knocking, and his past is the mafia.
Also,
no, keep going.
I don't know what the next line is because I don't know the movie.
I just wanted to see what you do.
I'm knocking at your door.
This man, he's very, very old. He shuffles around in slippers. And basically throughout the movie, the mafias come. They're like, "We know what you did back whenever he did what he did. We're not going to flesh it out just now." But he ends up, he has to fight them all.
This old man,
he's the only one. in the community that he loves. He has to protect the community because it's come under threat from the mafia. And he goes into his closet and he grabs just a large 2x4.
Yeah.
And that's the whole movie.
What's the quote?
I think you know what the quote is.
No, I don't know the
Tristan.
quote.
You don't know the quote?
Yeah.
Walk softly, carry a big stick.
I thought it was speak softly.
Does it speak softly? Shit. Well, he's also quiet then. It is speak softly.
Okay. What do you want to flesh out here, Tucker? T-Swizzle, my man.
You know, we got into that legal battle.
And we won.
We did. It was incredible.
We went Super Saiyan and we kicked their asses.
She absolutely can't use T-Swizzle anymore. All of her fans that say T-Swizzle, it just bounces back to my Instagram with its 80 followers and 12 posts. Suck on that.
You did this very funny voiceover though, and that's available on your
did
Instagram.
do a very funny.
Yeah, it was very funny.
Thank you. Thanks.
It's always frustrating when you see a comedy video and people are like about like current events and you see people hearting it on Facebook and I'm like, no, bitch, it's funny. What are you talking about?
You don't like when people heart things with the heart emoji? You only want the laugh emoji?
Well, if it's a joke, yeah, man.
Can't people
for the applause,
love
Tucker.
the video? Like, I love that video. It was so funny, but I think my love for the video outweighs my laughter of it, maybe.
I've been that way for like comedy shows. Like I love this comedian, but they're just not doing a good job today. Well, when do you want to flesh out?
Well,
we got the Cars Against Humanity. Mine were Cars Against Humanity, Let Them Eat Cake, the Japanese Smitty, and then the first one we did.
You know, I think Let Them Eat Cake writes itself. I would like to explore that one more.
It's already pretty much written.
Because for me, I have to do less work.
Okay, so Tucker, where does it start?
Where does it start?
Yeah, where does Let Them Eat Cake start?
It starts with Cake, the full band, down on their luck.
I can't imagine why.
Hey, man. Hey. I freaking love Cake.
Yeah. I just, you know, they haven't been doing so hot lately.
You're keeping up in all the Cake related news.
They post some weird political stuff on their Facebook.
Yes, I do follow that.
Yeah. It's very interesting. Same with like Go-Go Bordello. I'm like, oh boy. You sure are European.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They were very loudly European. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at my mustache. Where you think I from?
Nailed it. You sure showed Gogol Bordello.
A band that I actively enjoy.
They're so good. So Cake, down on their luck. They're like eating their last can of beans between the 5 of them. I don't know how many members are in Cake.
Okay, let's take a look. Let's name the members of Cake on air. Live on.
Sure.
Members of Cake band. Okay, so we got John McCrea on the piano. We got Vince Flore on the trumpet. Gabe Nelson on bass guitar.
Got it.
Dan McCurdy on electric guitar. Greg Brown, nothing listed. Paolo Bali on the drums. Frank French, Sean McFissel, Pete McNeil once again on the drums. Ari Gorman also. Who sings? Who?
All of them. Who? I'm sorry. Are there
John
10
McCrea.
people in this band?
Yes, there are 10 members of this band.
Great. Who is
Which
the
is
first?
Great because then a couple of them can just get in right away and we don't have to worry about it.
Right. Who is the first person you mentioned who didn't have an instrument title?
Oh, let's take a look. Greg Brown.
Greg Brown is the guy who just hits the noisemaker. That's his only job. He gets eaten first.
And he's holding it, so of course it makes a noise.
Oh, yeah.
I think... Go ahead. They're down on their luck. They're eating beans.
Eating the last can of beans in a dirty motel room between the 10 of them.
Maybe.
And they get a letter addressed to Cake saying that they've won a free vacation.
Okay.
And that's just what the band needs, man.
It's not a playing gig. They're not gonna play on.
Well, they will eventually probably, because we gotta like.
No.
It's not a gig. It's.
They go there and Cherry Poppin' Daddies is playing, and they're like,
Yes.
Or they might be Giants. They're playing instead.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like who sounds exactly like Cake.
Cherry Poppin' Daddies does like jazz.
They do ska, yeah.
Do they do ska?
Yeah, that's what I would
All right.
classify them as ska. The most offensive and terrible of names.
Yeah.
I made this joke before, but the Virginity Taking Fathers is my favorite cover band.
Hilarious. So they're planning on going to the tourist island, but something happens on the plane and they end up crashing into Cannibal Island.
Okay, so they don't even get to the boat.
And there was a boat.
You motherfucker.
I dinged.
No, like I thought okay, so it's an all expensive paid vacation. I said a cruise originally. That's fine.
Did you?
Yeah, that's fine. They can just they crash a plane Lost style. And okay.
They can crash the ship too. They like, hey, we want to captain the boat. We're Cake.
I like this idea of but no, I like that they crash. Of course, there's like they have more than just Cake is on this plane, right? So we got other people on the trying to run away.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jeff Goldblum should be a character.
Yes.
Should these be people playing themselves, or should they be?
You want to get 10 actors to play the 10?
No. Cake is Cake, but like the additional characters.
Oh, sure. They should be themselves. They should be their own celebrity selves, I think.
So let's line it up. Let's go with Jeff Goldblum, Harrison Ford flying the plane. Craig Ferguson's the co-pilot because they also know how to fly. Viola Davis.
All the Scottish. Viola Davis.
Viola Davis.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito, perfect.
Boy,
Charlie
just
Day.
really, I want
Melissa McCarthy.
Idris Elba to be the voice of reason to try to calm everyone down, but he's gonna have to get eaten
immediately. Like they crash the plane. He's like, okay, everybody, we just gotta calm down. We have to, make shelter. We gotta figure it out.
Yeah, like
he gets pulled back into the plane by the cannibals who somehow already have gotten in the plane. But I like it being this
this on plane the whole time.
What?
Cannibals on a plane. Never mind. That's a wholly different movie.
That's the sequel.
Yeah, who sent the letter though?
Yeah, I think it's people from Tourist Island who have a deal with the Cannibal Island that the Cannibal Island won't invade unless because
they keep giving them sacrifices.
Yeah. It's an old, like a very ancient what do you call it? Very ancient contract.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been such, modernized because obviously they, it's Barbados or whatever the fuck.
Like Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. It's a sandals resort. So
the beaches are so white because it's macerated bones.
Yeah. There's got to be this great shot of like the white beaches at the end. and just blood
Blood pooling from the ocean from the
Yeah,
other side.
Yeah. Because it's like a canal, I think. It's got to be like a canal, right?
Yeah.
Do any of the cake members survive? Who survives?
The trumpet player.
Okay. Does the lead singer survive? I think so, because then it's just like at the end, they're like, well, we got everything we need.
Yeah.
Fuck those other guys. So we had the beginning and the end. What happens in the middle?
Right, as they die off, I think they somehow realize that the Sandals Corporation has tricked them and has been doing this, so they try to, take them down or get them killed, a la Cabin in the Woods. But
ooh, how about they just physically build? They get the plane off of the ground, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna get out of here," and then someone's like, "Wait, before we do that," and he parks the plane over the canal. And
makes a bridge.
Yeah, it makes a bridge, and all the cannibal and they're all hiding in the cabin, and they just hear feet going up above them, and the cannibals just eat all of the tourists, including the CEO of Sandals, played by John Goodman.
Yes, John Goodman needs to play more powerful men who get murdered.
If I learned one thing from watching Roseanne. America runs on Duncan. That's all I got. Pardon me. You'll cut that out, right?
Nope. Yeah. Okay. What? I might cut that out.
I use the pop filter. All right. So what else we got? Anything else? So they stormed that. Did they fly the plane away or?
Well, if they've parked it in the canal as a bridge, I don't know. I think the feet of the cannibals sort of sink it into the ground and they drown in the plane canal.
So no one gets out alive.
No one gets out alive, but no one will ever come to Cannibal Island ever again. So, the cannibals better make those sweet, sweet tourists last.
So I think it's escape from Cannibal Island, let them eat cake. And so that way we can set up more Escape from Cannibal Island.
Yes.
Movies.
Yeah. With more bands.
Oh boy. Well, that's it. That's what we got.
That's good. I feel good about all of that.
Yeah, I think it's a strong picture. Where can people find you?
People can find me in my Westchester home. I'm kidding. I don't live there. People can find me on Twitter and Instagram.
Or are you a Brooklyn comedian?
I don't know enough about Brooklyn comedians to know that's a dig.
Basically when COVID hit, about a good third to half of all the Brooklyn comedians were like, okay, we're going to go up to Connecticut. And everyone's like, oh, so y'all just had fucking money this whole time?
Got money this whole time. You monsters.
And you've been taking paid ass spots. Anyway, they can find you on Insta.
Tjohn_mustard.
Tjohn Mustard.
Yeah, Tjohn Mustard. Because you guys get it? My name is Tucker Tally Johnson. Tjohn Mustard. Jokes are funnier when you explain them.
You definitely peaked. You just definitely spiked them.
I'll bring it down.
All right. You do whatever you need to do. You can go
to
TristanJMiller.com, TristanJMiller1 on Twitter. That's the only ones I'm caring about. All 5 people that have listened to previous episodes, God bless you. Thank you so much. Check out the other episodes.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
I do.
hope your mom didn't listen to me talking about what would it come or something last episode.
Donkey cheese.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yes, she did. She texted me explicitly about that.
She was like,
Also, I need to post I'm so sorry. I was wrong. We have a misinformation. Head cheese is not the cheese with maggots in it. Head cheese is some weird meat thing. It's called like masu carzo. That's cheese with maggots in it. So for everyone who was listening to that and took this podcast for scientific fact, what's wrong with you?
all right. And
And scene.